This is how I know I'm getting older. Anytime I see a YN or a group of YNs or a duo of YNs, I immediately go the other way. I do. I just don't have time to just face the potential consequences or situations that might come across, right? So yesterday I pulled into the gas station. I needed some gas. My gas tank, I don't know why cars do this, but when they reach below like 30 something miles, it'll just say low. And I've been driving for like 10, 15 miles at that point. So I pull into the gas station, and by the gas station door, but when they reach below like 30 something miles, it'll just say low. And I've been driving for like 10, 15 miles at that point. So I pull into the gas station, and by the gas station doors, I see two white.
Bro, why? If we got any mechanics out there, anybody who's more well versed in vehicles, why do cars do that? You know, they'll tell you the mileage, but then once it gets low, like they just stop telling you the mileage and it just says low. Like, bro, what? that makes absolutely no sense. To me, it would make more sense if that's when you're actually telling me the mileage that's left, and instead of just now telling me it's low. I know it's low. I know. I really do. But now you're just telling me it's low. I don't know. Before it was like, hey, you got 50 miles before it's empty. Okay, great. You know, I know a roundabout that, right? I'll make it a roundabout. 50 miles. But now when it gets low, you just want to tell me low. How does that make any type of sense? Now I'm just supposed to guess how much further I have if I can actually make it to the next off ramp. I don't know. That just doesn't make any type of sense. But maybe there's a reason as to why that is. I'm sure there is. But anyway. Let me know if you know in the comments, please.
Sagging her pants. Red flag number one. Hair wasn't done at all. Just looking crazy. See two YNs. And I've been driving for like 10, 15 miles at that point. So I pull into the gas station. And by the gas station doors, I see two YNs. Sagging her pants. Red flag number one. Hair wasn't done at all. Just looking crazy. Jewelry everywhere. What's so shiny? Some expensive shoes. Yes, indeed. Were they carrying? I don't know. See, and that's the thing right there. And they're standing by the door. And I did not want to get out the car. I looked over there. I sat in my car for 5 minutes. And I'm like, if I walk over there, two things are going to happen. Three things, actually. I'm not going to say anything. Or if I walk up there, do a little chin up thing like that, go about my day. And then three will be questioning. And I didn't want to get questioned. So I pulled off. Yeah, I just don't want to be anywhere where there's like this overwhelming sense of danger. Like if I walk into somewhere and I see some YNs, I'm automatically sensing danger. Like, my life is in danger. I need to be on my P's and Q's. This is why you always need to carry, by the way. Yeah, I'm just at an age now where I just want to live peacefully, man. I just want to go to places where it's just peaceful. I just want to talk to people where it's peaceful.
Yeah, man, these YNs, no good. No dice, right? You see a YN, you probably should go the other direction. You pull up to a gas station and you on E, yeah, just hope you can limp it to the next gas station, because you're better off just avoiding the YNs out here, man, because they are out of control. And I got a clip that I want to show you guys later on in the video, so make sure you stick around for that. But let's keep going. Wait, why is this? Oh, here we go.
Listen, I don't care if the black community want to call me scared, soft, white boy, or call me Uncle Tom. I don't give a. But I would never feel safe around a bunch of YNs, a bunch of hood rats, ghetto people, ratchet. And it's just so funny because as a black person, when you don't associate with any of that and you dislike that, like, I guess apparently the less black you are. Something I really can't stand about my culture is the fact that blackness is just associated with being from the hood, or you have to be okay or content with being around a bunch of YNs and nigglets. I would never feel safe around a bunch of hood, ghetto, ratchet people. I just never feel safe. I never feel comfortable around them ever. Loud as hell, ghetto as hell, ratchet as hell, rude as hell, disrespectful as hell, have no respect for anybody, don't even have respect for the public. Like, I don't like being around that. I am fine with being in my predominantly white area. Listen, I might have to worry about a couple crazy rednecks here and there, stuff like that, but most of the time, I'm good. I am perfectly safe. I don't have to look over my shoulder as much. Fear of a racist white person, I don't even have to worry about that. And I know some of y'all might say, oh, because you're light skinned, so obviously you're going to get the better treatment. Okay, yeah, although I'm light skinned, at the end of the day, when a white person looks at me, they see a black guy. I'm not going to lie. I have been told by a lot of people, like even white people, that like I seem mixed or whatever. Like a lot of them would think I'm mixed. Cause I mean, I'm not going to lie. I could be. But at the end of the day, I am a dreadhead dude. I am a black dreadhead dude walking around. And you know, how I conduct and carry myself can also be a factor as well, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't conduct myself like a not gonna say I'm not gonna say a typical, black guy, whatever. But I'm just saying I don't carry myself like that. I carry myself like a black man. Listen,
Yeah, there's a distinct difference between, niggas and black people. There's a distinct difference. But then also, just the black culture is just absolutely trash. It's garbage. Some of the stuff that I see on a daily basis, I mean, I'm just like, come on, bro, really? Really? Actually, I think I had a clip to upload to the second channel. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Did I just look? No, I do. Of just ratchetness, just ratchet behavior, just wilding out, going crazy. And then, some of these black folks will be out here and wonder why they're getting kicked out of this establishment or that establishment. It's because, bro, look at your behavior. Look at your behavior. It's just, come on, man. Shit is embarrassing. It really is. Because, of course, because I'm black too, I get lumped into, the bullshit that these folks be involving themselves in. And it's just like, come on, I ain't got nothing to do with them folks. We look the same, but I do not conduct myself that way. That is just some trash behavior, man. Absolutely trash behavior. Hold on. The next clip that I'm about to play started playing in the background. If you heard that, I don't know if you guys heard that. It might have been low enough, too low. But yeah, that leads to my next point. I want to show you guys this clip of what's recently happened in, our favorite American city, Chiraq, aka Chicago, with these YNs. Check it out.
I'm going to start right now with breaking news. We've been following this all night. 2 shootings just hours after the Christmas tree lighting, steps away as well from the Christkindl Market right here downtown. One of those mass shootings leaving 7 teenagers in the hospital. Just blocks away from that, a man died. Let's get right to our Asal Razai at State and Randolph for the very latest on the investigations.
Yeah, Suzanne, one of those shootings happened just steps away from the Chicago theater here. The scene has been cleared here this morning, but we know new details from Chicago police this morning tell us 7 people were shot here near the Chicago theater. A separate scene near Adams and Dearborn had 2 other people that were shot. The person at that scene, we learned, has died. Witnesses tell us the victims seemed all to be very young, in their teenage years. Police confirming this morning the youngest victim is only 13 years old. Suzanne, you mentioned these shootings happened just steps away from multiple big holiday attractions happening here in the Loop. We'll get to that video. Chicago police saying they saw a large group of people on the sidewalk. You'll see this scene video as aftermath. Dozens of Chicago police officers and first responders on the scenes here downtown. The victims between 13 and 17 years old. In total, 7 people shot here at State and Randolph, all said to be in good condition, thankfully. 1 person in fair condition. 2 more people shot, as I mentioned, at Adams and Dearborn at a different scene. The injuries of those victims are more serious. Police confirming this morning they found 2 other people shot at Adams and Dearborn. 1 man had gunshot wounds throughout his body and was pronounced dead at the hospital. The second victim, an 18-year-old man, was shot in the leg and is in serious condition at last check. Many people we talked to were here visiting from out of town, and they said they were sad to see this happen, especially during the holidays.
It's very disheartening to see this, right. Holiday time, everybody wants to celebrate and enjoy the evening, and something like this happens.
Suzanne, this morning, still a lot of details coming to light on both of these shooting scenes. We know last night, area Alderman Brian Hopkins said that multiple police officers were also hurt during those shootings. He said at least 1 police officer had to be hospitalized. We're still trying to confirm those details this morning and get any possible updates on conditions of victims that were here at the scene. We're live in the Loop this morning. I'm Asal Razai, CBS News.
Yeah, these YNs are out of control. Absolutely out of control. And
loop. We'll get
Obviously, this all starts at the home, and from the reports, it's saying that the person who passed away was 14. I'm gonna say that again. The person who passed away in that shooting that she was talking about, those two shootings, there was one person that she had mentioned that passed away, was 14. The youngest that was hit was 13. So yes, these YNs are out of control. Shooting at each other, putting each other 6 feet in the dirt. Kids. And I actually talked about this on the channel, was it earlier this week? Maybe, or last week. Where these kids in Chicago were going around beating up people. And they ended up coming across a mom with her son and beat them up, and the whole story went viral. Bro, these YNs are out of control. Like I said, it starts at the home, and we could start there, and some of these parents need to go to jail, right, for the actions that their kids are committing out here in these streets. But then also, these Democrats, right, these liberal judges who let these people out over and over again. There was recently an incident where a guy literally lit a woman on fire in Chicago. Lit her on fire. This man had been arrested like 40 times. Why is he out on the streets? Why is he out 40 times and he's out on the streets? Bro, throw that man in prison and throw away the key. If you've been arrested 40 times, 40, you should not be walking the streets. These judges are out of control as well. They're out of control. Why are you letting this mother lover free? Sentence him to the maximum time possible. What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, we need to rehabilitate, bro. If you've been arrested 40 times, ain't no rehabilitation. And one woman has now paid the price for these liberal judges. Maybe we should start charging these liberal judges that continue to let these people out. How do y'all feel about that one? You know, a judge that has continually allowed a person out of jail over and over and over again. They go out, the guy or the gal goes out and puts somebody 6 feet in the dirt. Should the judge be charged? I think that's something that we should consider. I genuinely think that is something that we should consider. Because this stuff is getting out of hand, man. But as always, y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. How can we solve this problem? Because it is a major problem. When you have 13 and 14-year-old kids shooting at each other, that is a major problem. So let me know. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.